Hello my dear cute little ones. This video is all about the sizes and positions, and it is part of the UKG syllabus mathematics subject, where we will be dealing with the objects and their sizes. So come on, let's talk about sizes. The first one is bigger and smaller. Here they have given some objects or images where we are going to compare them to check which is the bigger one or the smaller one. The first one is bigger and smaller. Look at the example at number 1. I can see a hut and a big building. So which one is bigger among the two? The building is bigger than a small hut. So here they say B is for bigger, S is for smaller. So let's go to the second question and do it ourselves. I see a rat and an elephant. Which is the bigger one? Yes, the elephant is much bigger than the rat. So we give a B for the elephant and S for the rat. Next, go to the third question. I see 2 medals or the cups. Which one is the bigger one? The left one is bigger than the right one. So I give a B on the left and S on the right. Next, fourth question. It shows me cakes. One is a cupcake, another is a one complete cake. So cupcake is smaller than the bigger cake, yes or no? So I give a small for the cupcake, S, and then B for the big cake. So this page is all about comparison, the sizes, comparing the sizes. So we are using 2 words, bigger and smaller. Did you get it? Bigger and smaller. So whenever we see some similar things, we have to compare them. For example, the chocolates, the smaller chocolate and the bigger chocolate. Okay, next go to the second one. It's wider and narrower. Here they say W is for wider, N is for narrower. If you see the example of number 1, we see a bridge. The left side bridge is thin or small, and the right side bridge is bigger. So the thin one, we use the letter N for narrow bridge and W for a wider bridge. Wide is nothing but little bigger in size. Okay. Now let's go to the second one, number 2. I see the staircase on the left is wider and on the right is narrower. So I give a W for left and N for the right. This is a simple way of writing the whole word. So we write the word with the first letter. For wider, it is W. For narrower, it is N. This is the way you get the questions in the question paper. So you have to practice it like this only. Next, going to the third question, I see the picture of gates. The left one is a narrow gate and the right one is a wider gate. See, in our school we see gates at home. So you can compare the gates. This is much narrow, and if you see a wider gate, you can tell it wider. Here on the left I see the narrow one. On the right I give a W. Are you getting it? Here the words are wider and narrower. They are kind of opposites, but we use them for comparing things. Next, going to the fourth question, I see roads. 2 pictures with roads. The left side road is much narrow than the right side road, and the right one is wider. So which letter on the left? It is N, and W on the right. So this page we have learnt about the words wider and narrower. Next, taller, shorter. We use this very frequently. Daddy is taller than the kid. Yes or no? Mommy is taller than the kid. Yes. So let's see here in the first number 1 question. It's an example, and here the kid or the boy is shorter than the mommy. Mommy is tall. So the letter T for taller, S for shorter. Now going to the second question, I see a crane and a baby chick. Yes or no? So which one is taller? I find the crane is taller than the chick. So I give a T for crane and S for the chick. Now going to the third question, I see what do we see? A giraffe and a rabbit. Which one is taller? Rabbit? No. Giraffe is much taller than the rabbit. So I give a T for the giraffe and S for the rabbit. Okay. Next, I see the picture of buildings or houses. And I see a very big mansion on the left and a small house on the right. So the left one or the apartment is much taller than a house. So I give a T on the left and S on the right. So in this page, what did we learn about? Taller and shorter. Next, going to the next one. It is longer and shorter. See kids, the tall and short we learnt in the previous page, that is compared lengthwise, top to bottom. And here we are going to learn longer and shorter. This one we are going to compare breadthwise, that is left to right. Okay, this way, wave your hands left to right. That way we are going to compare the sizes left to right. But tall and short, we are going to compare the sizes top to bottom, up and down. Okay, you find the difference between the tall and short and long and shorter. Okay, here also we are using the letter L for longer, S for shorter. Okay, the first example is pencils. We do sharp the pencil a lot. When we sharp the pencil, what happens, kids? We go sharp. What happens? The long pencil becomes shorter. That's what is shown in this example. The pencil became short after sharpening. So it's the longer and shorter question. L for longer, S for shorter. So going to the second question, I see screws. Okay, there are 2 screws and the right one is much longer than the left one. So I give an S on the left and L on the right. Now going to the third question, it is the lizard and the python. Is the snake longer than the lizard? Absolutely yes. So the lizard is shorter than the snake. So S for lizard, L for the python snake. Next, in the fourth question, I see brushes. Both are paint brushes, but one is short, one is long in length. So I see the left one is longer and the right one is shorter. If you keep them both side by side, you see the length from left to right, which is more in length, it is called longer. Which is short in length, it is called the shorter. So I have given L for the left one and S for the right one. So am I clear? It is longer and shorter, taller and shorter. Taller and shorter up to down and longer and shorter left to right. Alright. Next, moving on. I see thicker and thinner. Wow, this is a good one. Thicker and thinner. In the first example, they have given, see kids, here thicker and thinner, both the words start with the letter T. So what did they do? They are going to use a tick mark for thicker and a cross mark for the thinner. We can't use T for both, right? You can't differentiate. That is why they are using tick for thicker, cross for thinner. Alright. So what is the first example? It is books. Yay, our favorite, our books. And the first book is very thin, not so fat. So it is thin, and the cross is for thinner. They have given a cross. And the second book is very thick and fat, so it is a thicker book. So they have given a tick mark. Let's go to the second question. It is rhinoceros and the deer. Deer is much thinner than rhino. Rhino is fat and thick, right? So it is, I give a tick mark for rhino and a cross for the deer. Now going to the third question, it is the tires. One is the tire of a lorry or a bus, and the second one is the tire of a bicycle or cycle. So the cycle tire is much thinner than the bus tire. You know that, right? You can compare it when you see them on the road. So a cross for the bicycle tire and a tick mark for the bus tire. Next, it is two ladies. The lady in the pink dress looks slim and thin compared to the lady in the orange dress. Yes or no? You can see the orange dress lady is flat and plumpy boob. So she is thicker. Give a tick mark for the orange and a cross for the pink lady. Next, move on. Did you get me? Here it is the thick and thin. So kids, it's not just learning the words. Whenever you see any similar objects like the vehicles, when you see vehicles on the road, you can see the tires. When you see the tires, you have to use these words: a thin tire and a thick tire, a thin book and a thick book, a thin pencil and a thick pencil. Did you ever see a thick pencil? Wow, I bought one recently. You should have seen it in the bookstores. Likewise, a thin eraser and a thick eraser. Like that, whenever you see similar objects with different sizes, size is important here. You keep comparing them with the words. Now let's talk about the next one. It is heavier and lighter. Heavier H, lighter L. See the example. One is a box, one is a bag or a purse. Did you ever hold your mommy's purse? Yes, it is much lighter than a big suitcase. Yes or no? Did you ever see a suitcase? When you travel, you stuff your things into a suitcase, right? So obviously the suitcase is much heavier than the purse of your mommy. Purses are lighter and smaller in size. So they have given L for the purse and H for the heavier object, which is the suitcase or a big box. Now going to the second question, it is the lock and the key. Obviously the key is much lighter than the lock. Yes or no? If not, go check out the locks at your home and compare. So I'm going to give a H for the lock and L for the key because it is lighter. Next, the third question, hammer and the screw. Hammer is very heavy compared to the screw because screw is very light in weight. If not, go check with the items, touch them with your hand, look at the heavy weight and then write the H and L here. Okay, now it is the L for the screw and H for the hammer. Next, it's the pumpkin and the brinjal. We know the pumpkin. You go to the vegetable market, not now, but generally. When you go to the market, you see a pumpkin which is much heavy. They don't give you to handle. But a brinjal, it's very small size. We can play with the brinjal like a ball. Yes or no? So the brinjal is much lighter than the pumpkin. So H for pumpkin and L for the brinjal. Did you get me? In this page we have learnt about the size comparison of the words heavy and light. More weight, less weight. Okay, next moving on. I see left and right. Oh, very simple one. Left and right. We know. Raise your left hand. Put it down. Raise your right hand. Do you know your left and rights? Yes, we do. Now, look at the first picture, number 1. There is a hat, a small girl, and the pencil. Now here you have to compare the left and right for the girl, not to you. Okay. Now look at the girl. Where is the right hand? Near to the hat. Where is the left hand? Near to the pencil. So the hat is right side of the girl and the pencil is on the left side of the girl. So they have given L for the pencil and R for the hat. R for right, L for left. Okay, did you get me? Now let's do the remaining. Second question, balloon, boy and ball. The boy's right hand is near the balloon and the boy's left hand is near the ball. So the ball is given L and balloon is given R. Now going to the third picture, it is bus, boy and the bicycle. See, the boy is not turning towards us, he's turning on the opposite side. So the right hand of the boy is on the bicycle side and the left hand of the boy is on the bus side. So the bus will be given left here, not the bicycle. See the difference. The boy is not looking at you, he's on the opposite side. So L for the bus and R for the bicycle. Keep it keen, kids. These type of questions will surely come in the exam for the quarterly because they are keen. Particularly left and right, we know left and right, but when it is given in the question, you have to check with the picture, not with you. Okay, next, moving to the fourth question, it is cat, table and the rat. Okay, now talking about the table, the rat is on the left of the table because table doesn't face this side or that side. So here we are going to compare ourselves. It's like we standing as a table. So like how we are sitting in front of the book now. So your left is on the cat side and your right is on the rat side. Similarly, we have given L for the cat and R for the rat. Okay, this is comparing your left side and right side. Positions. Next, it is about above and below, up and down. Okay, above something, below something. For an example, they have given a table, a ball and a bat. I see the ball is on the table and the bat is under the table. Okay, here how do we say it? We say the ball is above the table and the bat is below, under the table. This is an example. Here the question is little tricky. They are not using A for above, B for ball or below, but they are giving a color for above, that is red, and yellow for below. Okay, so all the objects or things that are up above are given red color and all the objects that are below are given yellow color. So here in the second question, I see a bird on the tree. So above the tree, it's a bird. The bird is going to be red in color, and there is a cow under the tree or below the tree. So the cow should be colored in yellow. Similarly, third question, balloon is above, so it will be red, and the flower is below the bee, so it should be colored in yellow. Similarly, what is the fourth question? I see a carrot on the table, so it should be red in color, and a rabbit under the table or below the table, it should be colored in yellow. So let's do the coloring. Wow. Did you get me? In the second question, the bird is red and the cow is yellow, below. Now the balloon in the third question is above and the flower is below, yellow. Similarly, in the fourth question, carrot above and rabbit below. Am I clear? So we have learnt about nice sizes and positions above, below in this page. Alright, this is only the first part of the sizes and positions, and this comes under the subject of mathematics for UKG. Keep watching other mathematics and English videos of UKG, and let's talk new words in my coming up videos. I'll bring more videos for you. Until then, stay home, stay safe, and talk to you soon.